Today I have a new set of acrylic paint markers and I thought it would be fun to swatch them and fill a spread in my sketchbook. These markers are from a brand called Woomer Art. It's a Chinese company, I think. They're kind of similar to Ohuhu, where they make art supplies that are more affordable, and they sell, I think, primarily on Amazon. They reached out to me actually and asked if they could send me this set, and I figured, why not? It's interesting how, as like a really small channel, I do still get companies reaching out to me on a fairly regular basis asking if they can send me stuff, which is kind of interesting. Maybe I should make a video about what it's like being a very, very small YouTuber. But anyway, they sent me their 72 color marker set. These markers have like a brush tip, so I love that. And I think this set right now, as of recording, is on Amazon for about $44 or so, which is a really great price if you compare it to like a set of Posca. The Posca marker PCF 350 brush tips, I don't think you can get them in a set of 72. I haven't been able to find that. But if you just compare it to like a set of 10, which is like $55 for a set of 10 brush tip Poscas, $44 for a set of 72 is really insane, actually. So the price is good. I wanted to try them out and just see how they feel. They feel really good to use. The colors are really vibrant. They have pretty good coverage. Some of the lighter colors are a little bit more watery than the darker colors, but I think that's true no matter what brand you use. Like, that's just a paint marker thing. So yeah, I'm excited to try out all these super bright colors in my sketchbook. So before I get started on the actual sketchbook spread, I wanted to do a little bit of a warm-up, which is one of my New Year's resolutions this year, is to get better about like actually warming up my hand if I'm going to try to do like an actual like painting or something like that. So I'm just using this page as a little warm-up to kind of just get my hand moving and loosen up a little bit. I think doing this helps make drawings not seem so stiff sometimes. I don't know, your mileage may vary, but anyway, I'm using Ohuhu liquid fine liners. These are my favorite fine liners to use. I made a video about these, I think last year. I'll link it up in the cards, but these are the best fine liners to exist everywhere. Changed my mind. I like how this drawing turned out. I noticed something when I'm doing warm-up drawings, which is that I feel like sometimes my warm-up drawings come out better than when I'm trying to draw something nice. I don't know if it's because it's like you're not trying and then it comes out better. Maybe there's a lesson in there somewhere. I don't know. But yeah, this page right here is all warm-up drawings and I feel like they came out pretty good. I don't know. Anyway, so with my warm-ups done, I moved on to the next page and I wanted to draw. I was thinking about like, okay, I don't know if anyone plays League of Legends or any Riot games, but I was thinking about the Porcelain Lux skin. And I love how she has, I don't know if you're not familiar with it, she has a bunch of like little bunnies. And I've been like obsessing about Porcelain Lux and her little bunnies. I don't know. I was drawing her earlier and I have a whole page where I drew her. But anyway, so for this, I wanted to do something kind of inspired like very slightly by that. And I also wanted, because I'm using paint markers here, I wanted to do something in sort of a graphic style with like using like cell shading and that kind of thing. Just because I know you can like blend with paint markers. I'm not very good at it. So I tend to use paint markers more either like on top of other media for like details or highlights or things like that. Or if I'm using only paint markers, I'd rather do like a very graphic, blocky kind of style. Maybe as I get better, I'll get more into like blending with them and stuff. So here I'm inking the sketch again with my Ohuhu fine liners. I know that with the paint markers, I'm just going to go over the ink, but it's nice to have like a nice dark foundation of your lines just so that when you start going with the paint markers, it's a little easier to see the initial sketch. I'm choosing my colors. I'm using F703 and R251 for the skin tone, and the darker one is for the shaded areas on the skin. I think these colors worked out pretty well for that. One of the benefits of having a 72 marker set is having a nice range of colors. And then I'm choosing a gray. I wanted to give her like a white jacket, but with like her back is kind of in shadow. So I wanted like a light gray. I struggled with the jacket a little bit just because I had some references that I was using. Like I pulled some different references of like side views of jackets, but everything, I kept wanting to get super detailed and like the wrinkles and stuff. And I was trying to just like really simplify it. So I think I redrew her arm like 8 times, just trying to decide how simplified it should be. But yeah, so then I'm using the white to do the rest of her jacket, and her hair and her bunny ears are white. I'm using B700, which is like this light mint green color. I just thought this was a really pretty color, and I wanted to use this. And you'll see later I'll pull like a bright like blue, like royal blue. So I was kind of going with like a limited color palette here. And I did notice that this color, this like light mint color, is one of the ones where it's kind of watery. So I did have to go over this area, I think like 3 or 4 times to get the nice solid color. So I edited out some of that like redundancy just because it would be a really boring video to watch me color her hair like 8 times. But yeah. This color was a little bit of a struggle, but it's a beautiful color, and once you get the coverage down, it looks great. Now I'm going over some of the black areas with the black. I think in my mind, I thought I was going to do a little bit of like outlines and things like that with the black marker, but it was kind of too thick. So I gave up on that and I moved on to the blue color. The royal blue is B173, and I wanted to just do some of the like shadowed areas in her hair and a little bit of like just like detail areas with the blue. Here I'm using, this is a Jelly Roll gel pen, and I'm just using it to do a little bit of line work since, again, the paint markers are a little bit too thick to do like any real line work, but I happen to have this one which matched my blue color marker really well, so I used that, and then I went over a couple of areas with the Ohuhu fine liners again. Just to add back in some of the detail that I lost when I painted over my line work. Okay, so now I am doing the background. I'm using NG693 for this, and I wanted to give this drawing a dark background because so much of it is light colors. I wanted to give it some contrast against the page, so I thought that this dark blue color would be a nice contrast. This part was really fun because this marker is really juicy. And then I wanted to do just some swatches to remember the main colors that I used. I think it sometimes is nice just to remember when you have a large marker set which one specifically you used. I don't know. And then after that, I wanted to draw the bunny a little bit more. I really like this little bunny. I initially was thinking of it as like a real bunny, but then I kind of decided it was more of like a stuffed animal bunny I really enjoy drawing it and some of the like swooshy lines. So I was going over with the fine liner and I made some mistakes, which you can see I covered with, I had some like beige paint. So I just covered the mistakes with the beige so it would be easier to cover with the white. Since the white acrylic marker is a little bit watery, it's hard to cover darker areas. So I figured the beige would help it kind of blend in a little bit. I still had to go over it, I don't know, again, like maybe 3 or 4 times, but it turned out okay, I think. So overall, I really enjoyed using these markers. I think that they're a good alternative to spending a ton of money on Posca markers, especially I think if you're just using them in something like your sketchbook or something like that. It feels so expensive to try to use Poscas all the time. So this was a good alternative. I think the color range is really nice and the markers worked pretty well. So I had fun using them. I'll definitely keep them on my desk and can definitely see myself like reaching for these again. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed watching me do this spread in my sketchbook. It was really fun making it. And if you want to help the channel, you can give the video a like or comment. Both of those things apparently will help YouTube decide to show the video to more people. I don't know. I'm not a YouTube expert, but maybe one day I will be. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope that it inspires you to maybe draw something in your sketchbook or keeps you entertained or both. And I'll see you in the next video.